Hello, Kevin. Yeah, and this nor'easter is pounding East Haven, I can tell you that, and the storm is only getting worse. The winds are picking up. You even kind of need to brace yourself just to stand here in East Haven, certainly at least along the water. And as for the Long Island Sound, you can see just how nasty and angry the water is right now. And I can tell you, we've been talking with Department of Public Works crews. They've been out clearing storm drains of leaves and debris so that the roads would not flood. But DPW crews say, look, there's not much they can do to make the roads themselves safer because any pre-treatment would just get swept away with all of this precipitation. Now, there is one bit of good news, according to the superintendent here of the Department of Public Works in East Haven, and that is the fact that high tide in this area along the shoreline will not hit until after 3:30, and that means they'll have a little extra time to prepare for the worst of this storm.
High tide is a big factor with us because when we get a high tide and you get a storm like this here, you get flooding all the way, it backs up in the rivers.
That was Superintendent Charles Coyle. Back live now, though, you can see that the water is certainly furious right now. And we can tell you, just within the last hour or so, photographer Austin Porter made the point that where the water you're looking at right now, that was really the edge of the tide about an hour ago, and it has risen substantially since then. And as you just heard Superintendent Coyle mention moments ago, he expects that only to get worse, obviously, once we see the high tide hitting this area around 3:30. I can tell you, though, that according to Superintendent Coyle, the biggest issue isn't going to be the water necessarily. It could be the wind, because we know that as the winds get gustier and heavier, we could see more power outages. So a long day ahead here along the shoreline. Reporting live in East Haven, I'm Roger Suzanin, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.